Is that the fight to make right now? Devin Haney, Keyshawn Davis at 147 pounds.
I honestly think it would be a great fight. But I also honestly think it will be Russian. It will be Russian because Devin Haney has been on that level for a while now. You almost going into his hometown. Whenever you fight Devin Haney and it's a big situation, you almost going into his hometown, no matter where the fight is, because he's been fighting on that level for so long, because he has so many 12-rounders under his belt, because he's been in there with guys with great ability. You know what I mean? So it's a lot he's seen. And, you know, it's not that it's too much for Keyshawn, but it could be that night. But at the same time, Keyshawn got some shit about him that could neutralize Haney. You know what I'm saying?
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So shouts out to my brother YSM. He did a great interview. My brother GHB, Greg Hacket Boxing. Go to YSM, subscribe to YSM TV. Go to GHB Boxing TV. My brother Greg Hacket. Subscribe to both of them. I was sent this video. I already watched it, but I had watched it when it first came out. But people sent it to me and they asked me my opinion on it, to give me my reaction to what Greg was saying. And Greg was saying exactly what I've been saying to y'all as well. And I'm glad that Greg said this because Greg is a professional and a trainer, well-renowned trainer and a professional. Greg knows the sport of boxing. So he's saying exactly what I told y'all. Keyshawn is not ready. I love Keyshawn Davis. I got high hopes for Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn is a former WBO champion, undefeated, 15 wins, no loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. Keyshawn is older than first ballot Hall of Famer, undefeated 3-division champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and reigning WBO welterweight world champion. Superstar boxer who is top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and a first ballot Hall of Famer, superstar Devin the Dream Haney, who has 33 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. Devin Haney has more knockouts than Keyshawn has fights. And y'all say Devin Haney is pillow-fisted. Just take that into consideration. And like G said, the level of competition that Devin Haney has faced has to be taken into consideration as well. Okay? With that said, when you watch, people praise Keyshawn's last 2 fights. I'm paying very close attention to Keyshawn's last 2 fights. And in the ring, I'm not seeing maturity. And I'm not seeing growth. I'm seeing stagnation. He's getting by because he's more talented than the fighters he's fighting. Not making adjustments. He should have been able to get Nair Albright out of there. Although, when you're dealing with a high IQ fighter like Nair Albright, who is a very good boxer, and they don't want to get knocked out, it's hard to knock them out. So I agree. When you look at the Jermaine Ortiz fight, it took him, I told you guys, he was going to drop Jermaine Ortiz and stop him in the 11th. He dropped him in the 11th and then stopped him in the 12th. And I told you it was going to be a hard-fought, ugly fight that he going to have to make adjustments to because Jermaine Ortiz have a high ring IQ and a boxer. I told y'all that. Go back and look at the videos. And that's exactly what happened. I was a round short, a round late, right? Keyshawn Davis is uber talented. No disrespect to his team that he's with. He should have never left Brian Bomac McIntyre, Coach Red, Saul, and Bernie. He should have never left them. Why? Because his skill set mirrors that of, he's not that yet, but his skill set mirrors that of Terrence Crawford. His frame mirrors that of Terrence Crawford. If it's not broke, why fix it? Follow the blueprint to greatness. Terrence Crawford is the greatest fighter of his era and his generation. First ballot Hall of Famer, the pound for pound king. Terrence Crawford is a 5-division champion, 3-division undisputed champion. You can't rewrite history. Keyshawn has that mentality, the dog mentality. But does he have the work ethic and the maturity of Terrence Crawford? No. And this is late in the game for Keyshawn. This is late in the game for Keyshawn. Comparing him to Terrence Crawford, where Terrence Crawford was at this age. So what I'm saying is, I know he went to familiarity. Familiarity can be stronger than love. I tell you guys this all the time. Familiarity can be stronger than love. Comfort and familiarity can be stronger than any force on earth. Being comfortable and being, people don't like change. They're afraid of change. Hence, you go to the gym, just use an example, and you'll see people in the gym that you see every day for a year, just a year. Let's use a year. And they have no change in their physique. They look the exact same for the entire year you've seen them. You know why? They are getting in a routine. Don't confuse routine with hard work. Consistency is key, but don't confuse routine with hard work. Right? You show up to the gym, but are you improving? Keyshawn will show up, but is he improving? People are saying, oh, he looked great against Jermaine Ortiz. He looked great against Nair Albright. No, he didn't. Because he's just more talented than those guys. When he steps in the ring with a Devin Haney, who's taller than him, who has longer arms than he does, who has the same abilities he does. Now, Devin Haney doesn't have the same exact power. But again, when Keyshawn is fighting Nair Albright, and so his power is not jumping off at you. It ain't Tank Davis power. Devin Haney had knockout of the year until he stepped up in competition. Right? So, therefore, you're dealing with Devin Haney, whose footwork is better than Keyshawn's. His hand speed is the same or faster than Keyshawn's. Keyshawn has the edge in power. Devin has the edge in ring IQ because he's been in there experience. He's been in there with Lomachenko. He went to Australia. Devin is disciplined. And you see his growth. He's been in there with a knockout artist and a highlight reel walking in Brian Norman Jr. His first fight at 147 for a belt. Dropped Brian Norman and took his belt. But people still saying Devin has no power. He rocked Brian Norman and then dropped him. Right? You seen him outbox Lomachenko for the first 7 rounds until Lomachenko started turning on, made it interesting. Then Devin outboxed him again in the 12th. Lomachenko's the Matrix. Don't care what nobody says. Devin outboxed him for the first 7 rounds, clearly. But if you don't like Devin, you're going to say he lost the fight. Why? Because Lomachenko made it interesting the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round? He got washed in the 12th round. And admitted he got washed in the 12th round. That means Devin has the ability to wash Lomachenko. Okay, Devin has been in there with big punches, athletic guys like Brian Norman. So what G is saying is 1,000% correct. I told you guys when I watched the Jermaine Ortiz fight, and this is no slight to Keyshawn. Y'all know I have high praise and high hopes, and I believe the universe of Keyshawn. I'm a huge fan of Keyshawn. But Keyshawn has not matured in the ring mentally and has not gotten out of the gear of being more talented than the fighters in front of him. When you look at Terrence Crawford, he sets up his knockouts. He sets you up. Right? Keyshawn fights emotional. You cannot fight emotional against Devin Haney. Devin Haney gonna jab you to the body, change the levels, change the pace of the fight, grab you, hold you, he's going to frustrate Keyshawn. And Keyshawn mentally is going to break. I told you after the Jermaine Ortiz fight, Keyshawn is not going to beat Devin Haney. Not right now. Devin Haney wants it. He's eager to get better. Him and his father, trainer, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotion, Bill Haney, going from this trainer to that trainer because they want it. Going from Floyd Mayweather, Mickey Bay, you seen him training with Freddie Roach at one point. If I'm not mistaken, I seen him with Ronnie Shields at one point. I seen him with, all these different legendary trainers. That's not an accident. That's done by design because he wants to pick the brain of everybody. He wants to form Voltron within himself. He's picking the brain of, let me see what you know. Let me see what you know. Let me see you teach me. Let me see you and he's absorbing it. I know people say, man, he should stick with one guy. No, Devin Haney is a sponge. See, that's the difference. I told y'all this story one time. Devin Haney can confirm this. I went to Devin Haney's house one time. And everybody was enjoying themselves in his house. Huge mansion. And everybody was enjoying themselves. I ain't see Dev for like, from the moment he opened the door, me and Bill went. It was me, Bill, and somebody else. It might have been Mickey Bay. Right? Dev opened the door. From the moment he opened the door for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I ain't see Dev. Now, I seen, his friends, family members, siblings, whatever. People was enjoying themselves. I said, yo, Bill, where Dev at? He said, come with me. We go in the back. I don't even know if I should say this. But anyway, Dev built a whole gym in his house. Right? A whole gym. A gym, like a boxing / workout gym. So we go back there. He didn't even have a fight coming up. This dude is in a hyperbaric chamber, but he's halfway in, right? Not fully in. So he's nobody's back there. Everybody, his friends is there, people's there. He ain't got no fight. He's in a hyperbaric chamber with a big tablet, sitting in it, studying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. My word to my kids. This dude he's completely separated himself from the rest of the house and what everybody else is doing. He got this huge tablet. He's sitting in the chamber in the gym by himself, and he's just studying fights. Then he asked me like what I think about this, what I think about that, X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And he stayed in there. We stayed talking to him. I stayed there talking to him for like another hour. He stayed in there. Then he, went to start training, whatever, and I left. He stayed in there. Like Keyshawn said in the video he did yesterday, Devin want to be great. Yeah, he wants it. And not because he needs it. You got to understand the mentality. Keyshawn said that, Devin is not, he don't have the dog. He not from the trenches. A man that is not from the trenches and says that I want to be in this world of war and put myself through punishment because I like it, that's a dangerous man, bro. We always say in the hood, a dude that's not from the trenches that wants to be in the trenches with us, he's one of two things. He either gonna be a snitch if everything unravels, or he gonna be the most dangerous person here. Why? Because we ain't got no choice but to be here. He's choosing to be here. There's a difference. That's a sick mentality, bro. So when you saying he had MCM bags and all of these things, and he's choosing to put his body and his life on the line, that's a sick mentality, bro. You got to be a sick individual to choose that. Nobody chooses to eat cereal with water. You ain't got no choice. But you go to a rich man house and he's choosing to eat cereal and water and he's choosing to be in the trenches. That's a dangerous man, bro. So, again, man, I agree with GHB, man, my brother Greg Hackett, man. But go subscribe to YSM. Go subscribe to Greg Hackett Boxing. Salute to them, man. That's my brothers, man. And that's my thoughts on it, man. It's like I look at Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis ain't got the box. His brothers box, Bozy box. Jaron Ennis ain't got to eat cereal with water. He chose this because his father and his brothers did it. He chose this path. It's a dangerous man, bro. That's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word. And the thing about Devin is he chose this path without examples. What I mean is his father didn't box. Take that into consideration. Peace.